Hello and welcome to this Hatha Flow and Yin Yoga practice for your whole body. This session begins with a Hatha sequence that flows through standing yoga postures and vinyasas. Then it moves to a series of relaxing Yin Yoga poses on the floor. Begin in a cross-legged position. Lift your spine tall and take a deep breath in. And exhale. And with your inhale, circle the arms out and up over the head. And exhale to release the arms back down. Again, inhale, circle the arms out and up. And exhale as the arms circle back down. Again, inhale, circling, lifting the arms. Exhaling, bringing them back down. And inhale, lift the arms over the head, this time stay here. Come to a side bend, right hand to the floor, stretching and lengthening into the left side of the torso, breathing into the left waist, left ribs, left armpit. Release the side bend by lifting both arms back up over the head, and come to the other side, left hand down, right arm up and over, stretching into the whole right side of the body. Breathe into your waist, your ribs on the right side, your armpit. And come up, lifting both arms and twist to your right, bringing the right hand to the floor behind you and the left hand to the outer right knee. Look to your side or look behind you. And breathe into the twist in your spine. Releasing the twist, coming back to center as you lift both arms and twist the other way. Using the arms for a little bit of leverage as you look to the left side or behind you. Release the twist, lift the arms over the head as you face front. Release the arms back down and climb onto hands and knees for 3 rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale into the back bend, lift the gaze. Exhaling, rounding lower back, spine. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, rounding the spine. Last time into the inhale. And exhale, downward dog. In your dog pose, breathing, pressing firmly into the hands, into the earth. And now dropping the knees, coming down into child's pose. Come back up to hands and knees, and tuck the toes to come into downward dog. Here comes our first vinyasa. Come into plank pose. Inhale. Drop the knees, chest and chin to the ground. Lift up to cobra pose. Inhale. And exhale to downward dog. Second time, come into plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale. Back bend cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And again, come forward into plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale. Come into the back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Come into 3-legged dog, lifting the right leg up and back, and exhaling, taking it through into a lunge. Drop the back knee to the ground, crescent lunge, arms come up over the head. As you sink down through the hips, lift up through your heart, lift up through your fingertips. Breathe. And with your next exhale, bring the hands down onto either side of the front foot. Shift the hips back into half split. Bow forward over the leg, relaxing the head, the shoulders, and the spine. Release and move through the vinyasa, bend into the front knee, lift the back leg, step back to plank, and drop the knees, chest and chin. Inhale into cobra. And exhale into downward dog. Lift the left leg up and back into three-legged dog. And exhale, take it forward into the lunge, dropping the back knee to the ground and sweeping the arms up over the head into crescent lunge. Release down and place the hands on either side of the front foot and shift the hips back into half split. Breathing here as you soften into the forward bend. Coming forward into the lunge, once again stepping through a vinyasa into plank pose, dropping down, lifting the heart forward into the back bend and downward dog, tucking the toes, lifting the sitting bones nice and high. Second round, lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog, and step it forward into the lunge, dropping the back knee to the ground. Come into crescent lunge, sweep the arms over the head. Here you could gaze forward or gaze up, whichever feels good. And release back down, hands on either side of the front foot as you come into half split, shifting the hips back. Breathe. Release to come forward, tuck the back toes, step into plank, dropping knees, chest, and chin. Lifting through your back bend and exhaling into downward dog. Three-legged dog, lift the left leg and step it through. Crescent lunge, arms forward and up. Feel the back bend, lift the chest. Release the hands to the floor, come into half split, lengthen the front leg, shift the hips back, soften your chest and head forward. Release and step back into plank. Inhale, knees, chest, and chin down. Back bend, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Getting ready for our dancing warrior sequence. Begin by lifting the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Step the leg forward. Coming into warrior one, drop the back heel. Sweep the arms over the head. Moving into warrior two, open the hips to the side, open the arms out into a T. Turn your gaze out over your right hand. Reverse warrior. Turn the right palm up, bring the left hand down to the outside of the left thigh and reach the right arm up and back. Returning back through warrior two and into side angle pose, right elbow on the knee, left arm up and over. Release and spread the arms out in a T as you straighten the front leg. For triangle pose, extend out over the leg and come down, right hand on the shin, the floor, or a block. Left arm extending straight up into the sky. Release and come up to warrior two, bend the front knee and tip back to reverse warrior. And now spiral both hands to the floor, moving through a vinyasa. Come into plank, dropping knees, chest, and chin, or do a full push-up if you like, and lift up into the back bend. Downward dog. Dancing warrior on the other side. Lift the left leg into three-legged dog. Step it forward, warrior one. Drop the back heel down. Arms come over the head. Sink into the front thigh and lift up through the heart. Shifting into warrior two, open it out to the side, arms in a T. Turn the gaze out over the left hand and bend deep into the left knee. Reverse warrior, left hand turns up, right hand comes to the back thigh, tip it back. Coming through warrior two into side angle pose, left elbow on the knee, right arm up and over. Reaching the right arm to lengthen into the whole right side of the body. Lift up, straightening both legs, spreading the arms out in a T, and coming over into triangle. Left hand down on the shin, a block, or the floor. Right arm reaching straight up to the sky. Coming back up to standing, bend the front knee, tip back into reverse warrior, and spiral the arms back down over the front leg, through a vinyasa, plank pose, knees, chest, and chin, or a push-up. Lift up to cobra or up dog, and downward dog. Breathe. Getting ready for another round of dancing warrior. Lift the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Step the leg forward, coming into warrior one, drop the back heel, sweep the arms over the head. Moving into warrior two, open the hips to the side, open the arms out into a T, turn your gaze out over your right hand. Reverse warrior. Turn the right palm up, bring the left hand down to the outside of the left thigh and reach the right arm up and back. Returning back through warrior two and into side angle pose, right elbow on the knee, left arm up and over. Release and spread the arms out in a T as you straighten the front leg for triangle pose. Extend out over the leg and come down, right hand on the shin, the floor, or a block. Left arm extending straight up into the sky. Release and come up to warrior two, bend the front knee and tip back to reverse warrior. And now spiral both hands to the floor, moving through a vinyasa. Come into plank, dropping knees, chest, and chin, or do a full push-up if you'd like, and lift up into the back bend. Downward dog. Dancing warrior on the other side. Lift the left leg into three-legged dog. Step it forward, warrior one. Drop the back heel down, arms come over the head. Sink into the front thigh and lift up through the heart. Shifting into warrior two, open it out to the side, arms in a T. Turn the gaze out over the left hand and bend deep into the left knee. Reverse warrior, left hand turns up, right hand comes to the back thigh, tip it back. Coming through warrior two into side angle pose, left elbow on the knee, right arm up and over. Reaching the right arm to lengthen into the whole right side of the body. Lift up, straightening both legs, spreading the arms out in a T, and coming over into triangle. Left hand down on the shin, a block, or the floor. right arm reaching straight up to the sky. Coming back up to standing, bend the front knee, tip back into reverse warrior, and spiral the arms back down over the front leg through a vinyasa, plank pose, knees, chest, and chin, or a push-up. Lift up to cobra or up dog, and downward dog. And now bend the knees and rest down in child's pose. And get ready for our yin sequence. Take a moment to feel this transition after the standing postures, after moving energy through all of your muscles, all of your joints, after moving the breath through your whole body. Feel what's happening inside. And slowly now coming up and transitioning into butterfly pose, our first yin pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, and as you come forward, you can allow your feet to open up like a book, stretching here into the inner thighs. And as you soften your head and your shoulders, feeling also a stretch in the back and the spine. And as you inhale, feel your body expanding through the back. And as you exhale, relax your head, your shoulders. Let your body relax into this shape. And take a breath in and a breath out. Each breath helping you soften a little bit more. To release this butterfly pose, slowly unfurl the spine, coming upright, and climbing forward onto hands and knees and into child's pose for a rebound. Taking this time in child's pose to simply rest and feel what's happening inside your body. And now slowly lifting up to hands and knees, coming into dragon pose. Step your right leg forward and place the left hand on the floor under the shoulder as you twist. Right hand can come onto the knee or any variation of dragon pose that feels good to you today if you're familiar with the others. Stretching into the front of the left thigh, the front of the left hip. Feel the hips softening down as you rest here. For the second half of our time in this pose, you have the option to stay where you are or to move it into dragon's tail, a variation where we reach the right hand back, bend the left foot up, and hold the left foot with the right hand. opening the right shoulder to the sky, turning the gaze up to the sky. If this doesn't feel good or isn't possible, stay in dragon pose or dragon twist. Wherever you are, breathing, softening. And now release the pose and stepping back to move through a vinyasa or rest in downward dog. For the vinyasa, plank pose, dropping the knees, chest and chin, lifting through your back bend. And downward dog. And now dragon on the second side. Drop the knees, step the left leg forward, right hand under the shoulders, left hand on the knee, turn the chest, dropping down through the right hip and thigh, or your other preferred variation of dragon. Breathing and softening down through the hips, lengthening this part of the front body on the right side. For the second half of the pose, option to bend the back leg, reaching back with the left hand for dragon's tail. And wherever you are, continuing to breathe, relax and soften into the shape that you're in. And now slowly release, tuck the back toes and step back to downward dog or move through the vinyasa, plank pose, knees and chest or chaturanga, lifting up and sending your hips back. Downward dog. Dropping the knees and resting in child's pose now. Taking some time here to feel the effects of dragon and the dragon variations in your body, especially your hips. Breathe here. Slowly coming up, making your way into a seated position for half butterfly pose. Extend your left leg forward, bend your right knee with your foot to the inner upper thigh, knee out to the side. Come forward, stretching into the back of your left leg, particularly your hamstrings, and also the back of your spine. Hands can rest on the foot, the floor, the ankle, whatever feels good. Let your body relax into this shape. And take a breath in and a breath out. Slowly releasing, lifting the spine upright, changing sides, right leg forward, left leg bent, softening forward toward the right leg. Relaxing into this second side of half butterfly, soften your head, your shoulders, and your spine. And feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Taking a breath in and exhale. Slowly release half butterfly and come down onto your back to rest. Taking this time to feel the effects of the pose in your body. Notice the energy moving through your body and feel your breath. And now bending the knees, hugging them into your chest, gently rocking side to side. Roll all the way over onto your right side and come up into swan pose with the left knee forward, sending the right leg back behind you. Turn your hips towards your front knee, lift up through your chest and find the back bend here. We'll take the first half of this pose in up swan. And feel your breath. And now for the second half of this pose, sleeping swan, coming down over the front leg. Rest on your elbows or rest your forehead down and reach your arms out in front. Feel the stretch shifting now into the left glutes and breathe into what you feel. Very slowly release sleeping swan. Step back to downward dog or move through a vinyasa. Plank pose. Drop the knees, chest and chin. Come up. Downward dog. Drop the knees. Sleeping swan, right knee forward, turn on the shin. Up swan to begin, lift up through the chest. Breathing as you lift the crown of the head and feel the stretch in the front of the left thigh and the front of the left hip, this asymmetrical back bending. And slowly move to sleeping swan for the second half, resting in your comfortable version and feeling the stretch in the right glutes. Breathing and softening. Slowly coming up out of sleeping swan, stepping back to downward dog. Take a moment in dog, feeling the right hip and the left hip after the swan poses on each side. And then drop the knees, come into child's pose, and rest here. Coming up into a seated position for caterpillar pose. Both legs in front of you. Seated forward bend over both legs. Make your way forward. Hands can come to the shins, ankles, feet, or the floor. Soften your back, soften your spine, relax your head, your shoulders. Feel the stretch in the lower back and the backs of the thighs, and breathe into this sensation. Slowly releasing this caterpillar pose, and make your way onto your back slowly. Get comfortable for Shavasana. Any comfortable position on your back is fine here. As you take this opportunity to let your body come into a complete state of restfulness as a way to absorb the benefits of this practice. Allow your legs to relax and become heavy. Allow your arms to become heavy and to soften. Release your hands, relax your palms, your fingers and thumbs. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders, your hips. Soften your feet and soften the whole front body, front of the legs, front of the belly, chest, face. Inhale, exhale. Relaxing the whole back of the body into the earth, back of the skull, upper back, lower back, arms, hips, back of the legs, heels. Inhale into your whole body. Full exhale. And now stretch out into your arms and reach your arms over your head. Stretch your whole body long with an inhale. Exhale and bend the knees, roll over to the side and come up to a seated position. Find a comfortable seat to sit with the spine tall and feel into this body and feel your breath. This is the close of this practice. My name is Devi Daly. I'm really glad you decided to practice with me today, and I look forward to the next time we practice together. Have a wonderful rest of your day.